California is making history this election. U.S. Senator Kamala Harris is the first woman and the first woman of color to become vice president-elect. California also home to the first woman to become Speaker of the House, Democrat Nancy Pelosi. And when voters elected Democrats Barbara Boxer and Dianne Feinstein in 1992, California became the first state in the nation to send two women to the United States Senate. But such ceiling smashing has not happened in Sacramento when it comes to women leading in state politics. That's how political insider Laurel Rosenhall leads into her intriguing article this week on calmatters.org. She joins us now here on Sunday Morning Matters. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you.
Well, I want to start with this because I read the article. It was very insightful and very telling. What really triggered you to write this particular article?
It's been many years that I've been covering the state capitol here in Sacramento, and women, it's just been amazing for how progressive California is. Generally speaking, women have had very little representation in the state legislature, and even as the numbers have increased, it just hasn't been as large as you would expect for our state. And at the same time, I've been watching in Washington as women from California, including Nancy Pelosi, became the first female Speaker of the House, and then now Kamala Harris on the road to becoming the first female vice president. And it just seemed like a really striking contrast, these two women from California reaching historic heights of power in Washington, while in Sacramento, there just hasn't been that kind of record-breaking at the state level.
Yeah, that's interesting that you mentioned that. Obviously, we had the state's first woman lieutenant governor elected a couple years ago. You mentioned that. State Senate Leader Tony Atkins, you mentioned that as well. But it gives it a hint that California is behind the times.
Yeah, well, the lieutenant governor that we elected, first female lieutenant governor, we elected her 2 years ago, the state of California did. And in the state of Vermont, they elected a female lieutenant governor in 1955. Similarly, when Senator Harris became the first woman elected attorney general in California, that was in 2010. But the state of Rhode Island elected a woman attorney general in 1985. Also, just as far as the legislature goes, the state of Nevada, right next door, half their legislature is women. And in California, it will reach about 1/3 when the final results are tallied from this election. It'll be a little more or less than 1/3, and that will be the highest number that we'll have had of women in the California legislature. Just hitting 1/3 will be breaking a record in California, whereas, like I said, in Nevada, they had half the legislature were women last year.
Laurel, I don't want to read into the article too much, but correct me if I'm wrong. It almost seems like a precursor to the pressure that Governor Newsom is going to feel here to fill Kamala Harris's U.S. Senate seat. Everyone does want the most qualified person. That's not even a question. We understand that. But really, who is that person, and is that person a woman of color, and should it be?
Well, it's not for me to take a position on that, but I can absolutely tell you that the governor is facing enormous pressure, lobbying from lots of different directions. There are many people who say that the seat should go to a woman because even though women have represented California in the U.S. Senate for almost 30 years, we've had two women senators representing our state, the Senate overall has very few women. Something around a quarter of the entire Senate are women. So there definitely are advocates saying that he should appoint a woman. There are advocates saying that he should appoint a black woman because Kamala Harris was the only black woman in the U.S. Senate. There are also advocates saying he should appoint an Asian American person. There are many advocates. There's a very loud campaign for him to appoint a Latino senator because Latinos are the largest ethnic group in California and have never served as a senator from this state. So he is facing pressure from many directions. A lot of it is based on these questions of sort of demographics and representation, but there is also some discussion about whether there should be a senator from Southern California because historically the power base has been in Northern California.
Right. So give me a name. All right. Let's play the name game. Just give me a couple. What's your gut telling you here? Who is that person going to be?
Well, I don't know who it's going to be, and Governor Newsom certainly hasn't tipped his hand at all. But I can tell you that Secretary of State Alex Padilla has been known for a long time among political insiders to have an interest in that position. He began his political career working for Dianne Feinstein. He's served a very long career in public office. At the moment, he is the Secretary of State. He's previously been a legislator and a Los Angeles City Councilman. So he is definitely in the running. And he is a Latino son of immigrants. People have also talked about the Attorney General, Javier Becerra, also a Latino son of immigrants. I think that that's less likely, personally, because he was appointed to fill the Attorney General's position when Kamala Harris was elected to the Senate, and I just think it would be really
Laurel, real quick, I only got about a couple seconds. A woman, do we have a woman on that list, or at least on your list?
Well, people are talking about Congresswoman Barbara Lee and Karen Bass. Those are two leading names of women who are in consideration. All
right. Laurel Rosenhall, we thank you so much for being such an insightful person here on Sunday Morning Matters. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you down the road. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.